Hi, this is Mark Rosen from WCCO TV, and it's my pleasure to introduce my good friend Ron Henderson, the Fitness King, presenting Motivation, one word to help change your life.
Hi, this is Motivation. I'm Ron Henderson, aka the Fitness King. I'm excited about today's show. I have the good pleasure of having the one and only Eric Ruden on my show. Welcome to Motivation.
Pleasure to meet you.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
All right. So, folks, today we're going to be talking about the life of a male model. As you can tell by this guy's looks, I mean, I was almost embarrassed to have him on the show because look at him, look at me. Come on now. Come on. Yeah. All right. But the show is entitled The Life of a Male Model. And yes, he fits the part. And yes, he probably is going to end up being on The Bachelor or one of those shows or whatever. He's got that look. Okay. But before we get into that, Eric, where did you grow up?
So yeah, I guess my story begins. I was born in Honduras, and I was adopted. I have 4 siblings. So 2 were adopted a family in Philadelphia.
What age were you adopted? Were you like
I was a little baby?
Oh,
just
really?
A little baby.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2 were adopted to Philadelphia. They're twins,
Mm-hmm.
boy and a girl, and then 1 was adopted to Oregon, and then 1 stayed in Honduras.
Okay.
From what I've been told, I'm not really sure about the one in Honduras. But,
So how long did you live in Honduras?
Just a little. I was just a little tyke, so
Okay.
not quite sure. Maybe till I was 1. Something
Okay.
like
So
that.
where did you end up going, like to high school and all those things?
So yeah, so I was adopted to family in Minnesota, of course, and
Okay.
I went to high school at Bloomington Jefferson,
Mhm.
and then after Bloomington Jefferson, I went to college at Normandale, did my 2 years there, got my associate's degree, and I moved on to the University of Minnesota.
Okay. So what did you take at Normandale? What did you take for classes?
I mainly stuck to the history classes.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a fan of history, U.S. history especially.
Why?
I don't know. I just growing up, I always watched the History Channel. I watched a lot of movies
Mm-hmm.
that I guess kind of goes with the whole history flow of America, and so that always just sparked my interest.
Okay. So life of a male model, and he's in the history. That's good.
Yeah.
You got a smart brain. Okay.
Yeah, try to.
Okay. So you left Normandale, then you went to where?
The University of Minnesota.
Okay. What did you take there? What kind of courses?
So I transitioned over to Global Studies of the Middle East while minoring in Arabic.
Okay.
And so my original thought process was for a job working for the government, CIA, FBI type stuff, Homeland Security.
Sure.
Well, I kind of fell away from that because I realized I'd be away from my friends and family,
Yes.
doing the stuff I enjoy in Minnesota. So I thought, you know what, maybe that's not the right course for me, but I still have to finish my degree. So I ended up finishing my degree and just doing different things instead of going the government route.
Okay. So you minored in Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
Say something in Arabic.
I kind of forgot a lot of things, but I can say like Assalamu alaikum, Ismi Eric, Kaifa Halka.
Okay.
So just as typical, how are you doing?
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah.
Alaikum salam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What was that like? Because my audience knows I'm into languages.
Yeah.
What was it like taking like a courses like that at university?
Really
hard?
Yeah, I'm not a language kind of person.
Right.
It's really hard for me, especially the classes I was in. There's a lot of people that spoke, a lot of Somalians in there, so they had some kind of
background.
Exactly. And so the teacher kind of catered to them, to, the majority of the class, because they were kind of up to speed.
Right.
And so I was kind of, down further than totem pole. So it was very hard for me to catch up. But luckily, the U of M provided me with a great tutor, and so I kind of caught up that way. But it was very difficult for me.
Okay. They also probably looked at you and said, "He doesn't need no education. He's a good-looking guy. He's probably going to be a male model." They probably knew that. See? They said, "Education. He don't need no education."
Trying to get away from the looks anyways,
So, when did you realize that you were interested in getting into modeling, and what caused all that to actually happen? Were you watching a TV show? What was it?
Yeah, so I guess I've been always interested in fitness. I watching the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme movies growing up, Sylvester Stallone. So I always kind of gravitated towards that kind of look, trying to keep healthy. But when it comes to modeling, I never really considered myself a model. I never thought I was the good-looking guy. I always thought I'm just doing my thing.
No, why you lying? Folks, the guy, he's lying.
Yeah, and so modeling really never hit me till I met this guy at the gym. And he came up to me and he said, he's like, "I like your look." She's like, "Do you want to do a couple photo shoots with me?" And I thought, first I thought he was hitting on me. I'm like,
I was just going to ask you, yeah.
I'm like, who is this guy? What's he trying to do? I'm trying to work out here.
Sure.
And so he gave me his card, and I thought about it. And I talked to a couple friends, they kind of encouraged me because, like I said, I never really considered myself a model.
Right.
And so he gave me his card, went from there, did a photo shoot with him because he was trying to build up his portfolio too. So it's kind of like a mutual benefit. I build up my portfolio, he builds up his portfolio. And so did a couple photo shoots, thought about submitting a couple agencies.
And how long ago was that? When did it transpire?
So I guess I've only been modeling for about 2.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just, I guess just recent, I've just been kind of going more into it, you know, just kind of building up steam.
And who are you modeling with? What agency?
So I've been with Agency Models and Talent. They've been fabulous to me. Ruggiero's been also great, and Meredith. And I just recently signed up with Privilege.
Okay. Are they taking any older folks?
They could. You have to look.
Have to shave this off, maybe. No. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So you were with the first one you were with was called what again?
Agency Models and Talent.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And what kind of modeling did you do for them?
So I've done random stuff. I've done like local stuff for like a board shorts company, a swimsuit wear. I've done a thing for a company located in Boston for it's an ice cream company called Vice Cream.
Yeah, what was that about? I saw photos of that. What was that about?
Yeah, so basically they sent us to Cub Foods in Lakeville, and it was kind of like a promotional thing because the company originally started in Boston. They want to branch out to different areas. And so with Vice Cream, the owner beat cancer, and so it's kind of promotional for the ice cream, and also donating the proceeds would go to cancer research. And so we were there just being bag boys, you know, a couple of good-looking guys, bagging everything, trying to flirt with the ladies, helping customers out.
Yep, having fun. So it's called Vice Cream?
Vice Cream.
Is that like a new ice cream?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Did that mess up your muscle? Were you eating some of that when
I
you
ate a lot of it, I'm not going to lie.
Is it good?
It's fabulous, yep.
Really? And where do they sell it? I know we're talking about modeling, but
they sell it at Cub Foods, what I'm aware of, but there are probably other locations out there too.
Vice Cream,
yeah.
Okay. What else have you done?
I've done commercials for like the History Channel, Andrew Zimmerman. I've done stuff for 3M, Target, so it's kind of all over the place.
Right. I've missed all these things, okay? And I saw photos of you, and they'll be seeing those in the background. You got some really great photos. Eric, what keeps you humble? You know, because you got all these guys walking around, they got the attitude, they're looking in the mirror every time you see them. And my first impression when I first saw your picture was like, I don't know, this guy, he's a good looking guy, is he gonna have an attitude?
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I said, no, I don't think so. And then I saw some things that you wrote and I said, that's what made an impression on me, some of the words that you were talking about. You're talking about having God in your life.
So yeah, I guess for me, God's is probably, you know, first and foremost, God's always #1 in my books. It's the reason why I'm here. It's the reason I'm here right now talking to you. I believe that God controls everything in my life, and so I always have to give all my pride and all my glory to God.
Right, amen. And how long have you felt that way?
So yeah, I mean, I guess growing up I was kind of more into sports. I never really thought about it.
Right.
You know, kind of just more hanging with my friends and family, but I guess when I started modeling 2.5 years ago, so I've been feeling this way with, you know, God probably about 2 years now.
Good for you.
So kind of everything just hit me at once.
Good for you, good for you. What church do you go to, if I can ask?
Yeah, so I went to, it's a small church in Brooklyn Park called Fellowship.
Yeah, yeah.
Really small church.
Yeah, off of 100 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what's the pastor's name over there?
So, yeah, it's recently Mitch Schroner is now the pastor.
Okay. Who was the former pastor?
It was Keith Hedges.
Okay, that's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if I know. Okay. Cool,
yeah,
cool.
I guess, you know, staying humble, it's all about God. And then, of course, my family, my dad's a blue-collar worker, and so he does construction. And so, you know, just his mindset and just kind of distilling in me how I should behave to kind of shape who I am and what I want to behave like.
Right, amen, that's good. What keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated? That's a good one. I guess for motivation, probably just trying to do the best I can do, seeing myself grow. I'm one of those people that like to test myself. You know, I don't really compete with others, I like to compete with myself. So if I can see myself, you know, grow even just a little bit, that's what keeps me going and just trying new things.
Interesting. You know, it's interesting. I say interesting because in all the years, I mean, I had the opportunity to work out in a gym where Hulk Hogan worked out.
Wow.
I wasn't competing, but he got up and did something. I got up, and I won't say how it ended up, and I did my weight. He did his weight. But I was always the type of individual that never felt like I wanted to compete with anybody. So my brother, he had a couple martial arts schools in California. I never felt that way. I always felt like what I do is for me. I just wasn't in the competition, kind of like what you're saying, basically. I think kind of finding your own. And so I would challenge myself and say, well, I want to jump rope. So I remember started jump rope and how hard it was. So I could only jump rope for maybe 90 seconds because I'd never done it before.
Yeah.
And I was totally out of shape, and I'm jumping. And I was so embarrassed that I literally hid in the storage room of Henry High School to jump rope. That's how bad I was. But I did what you do, and I put the dedication in there. Then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 weeks later, 2 months later, it was 10 minutes. Then it was 30 minutes every day. Then it was an hour every other day. And what you can accomplish when you just get focused like that. Do you agree?
Definitely, 100%.
Right.
100% agree. And then also, I guess my motivation comes from, when I see somebody else do something,
right.
I kind of want to try the same thing if it's interesting to me. And so like, hey, that guy just did that, I want to go try that, and if I'm good at it, I'm going to stick with it. And if I'm not good at it, well, I'm going to learn from somebody. Exactly.
In fact, you even took some ballet lesson. What was that like?
Yeah, so I did a little bit of ballet. I did it for a year, and met a friend. He showed me this one school, and so I signed up with them. And I always wanted to do ballet because, like I said, I was into John Claude Van Damme, those types of stuff, and he talked about doing ballet, and it was one of the most intense workouts he's ever done. And so I kind of went in there like, ballet, okay,
right.
I'm flexible, I can do this, I can do that, I work out, I can do this, like, it'll be easy. Boom, it killed me. That is intense.
How long did you do that for?
Just a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Talking about just a year.
Yeah.
Just a year, folks.
Yeah. Just a year of kicking my butt. But
where did you do that at? Performing Arts or what?
It was Metropolitan Ballet.
Okay.
Up in Plymouth. Good little school. Had a good time.
Still remember your plies and all that?
A little bit, yeah. Not as flexible I was then, but yeah, it was tough.
Okay. Did you take any other forms of dancing?
No.
Okay. Have you been in commercials where you've used any of those skills?
Yeah, I did a casino commercial doing a little bit of dancing there, but...
Okay. Okay. What do you like the most about modeling?
Yeah, I guess...
If anything, you may not even like it. It may just be the ching.
Yeah. Well, that's always a good one, too. But I guess what I like most about modeling is probably just the connections, meeting new people, having a good time. It's always a good work environment when you go on set and you might know somebody or just make a new connection. I always like meeting new people and, especially making new friends.
Right.
And so that, for me, it's just the one-on-one time with somebody or even like in a large group setting.
Right. Yep. And what type of things do they typically say about you? And I say this because I've done modeling jobs.
Yeah.
And when you get done, they'll usually say things. What do you hear the most when you get done working with people? Honestly.
Yeah, I guess they didn't expect who I was because, like you said,
you're
when you
easy
see my
to work
pictures,
with. Oh yeah.
you might think I'm somebody else just because the way I look and stuff like that. In a way, but when I portray myself with somebody, I try and be as humble as I can. I like to learn about them. I like to talk to them.
Amen.
I always like to listen.
That's smart. That's smart. So, what do you dislike the most about if anything?
Yeah, I guess sometimes the schedules. Sometimes they call you up the day before and see if you can do something.
Right.
So I guess it's just timing is probably the hardest thing too. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty fun. It's a good gig.
Are any of these? Do they give you specific jobs sometimes where they say, "Look, we like how you look, but hey, I'm gonna be honest, Eric, we need you to put on an extra 10 pounds or take off." Do you ever have a job like that where they ask you to do that?
Yeah, a little bit. Sometimes, I'm considered sometimes too bulky for some things because the camera adds a little weight to you.
Exactly.
And so sometimes I might have to slim down a little bit. And I love to eat too, so
Amen.
it can be hard.
Amen. Any special hobbies, Eric?
Yeah, so I guess I'm a huge water skier and wakeboarder. My family owns a lake house in Wisconsin. And so for me, that's all I want to do. In the summer, is just go skiing and wakeboarding, hanging out at the cabin, bonfires, kind of that family, nice, relaxed setting.
Yep. You do a lot with your family. That's important to you,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, I have a little small family, so they're, they mean the world to me. And so, I love doing stuff with them, family birthdays, get-togethers, going to the cabin. Just do family outings all the time, so.
You've always felt that way, too?
Yeah, I guess, because like I said, I came from a small family, so it's kind of always been close-knit. Nice and tight.
Right. What's ahead for you? What are you thinking about as far as where could you see yourself, even if it's not modeling? Is it TV? Have you thought about any other things like that coming up in the near future?
Yeah, I guess I kind of, now that I've been modeling for a couple years now, I'm kind of going more towards that route. So maybe doing some TV, some acting classes, taking some dance classes, trying to hone my skills down. Just get better as a person and develop my skills from there. But if I don't go the modeling route, maybe something in business, sales, just having that communication always going, meeting new connections. So
yeah, because I was reading Yeah, I do my history on people. So I was reading a little bit about you on, I never say it right, LinkedIn?
Yeah, LinkedIn.
Your background, you have a lot of background in business type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you use that now too?
Here and there. So I guess most I use it for is just my communication, doing sales before,
Sure,
and then also
communication skills.
And then also I did construction because my dad getting me jobs, helping me pay through college with that, doing construction. And so just being, that kind of blue collar type worker, always doing hard work, using my mind and body as one to get where I want to go.
Right, that's important. That's important. What's a typical workout like for you?
Yeah, so it varies. Right now I'm kind of training, instinct training, because I go to the cabin every week, and so wakeboarding and slalom skiing, they really kill me.
Sure, in a different way.
In a different way, you use different muscles. So right now I hone back my training just so I can be prepared for that. But I guess 4 or 5 days a week, sometimes 3 days a week, I switch the volume, training intensity. Sometimes I go more high intensity, sometimes I go more volume. Sometimes I pair muscle groups like back and chest together. So it really varies, But I'm into that old school type working out. So like Keith Thompson, he's been a great mentor towards me.
Old friend of mine.
Yep. So he's really helped me train, kind of the old school. If you think of like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Robbie Robinson, those type guys.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of like that old school method of training.
Yeah. So Keith Thompson, does he have like a contact if somebody wants us to get a hold of him?
Yeah.
He's been working with you?
Yeah, he's got a Facebook, Keith Thompson, or his, I believe it's called Bagger Size.
Right. Shout out to my old friend Keith Thompson.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's been a great mentor towards me.
Good mentor, got a good heart.
Yeah.
That's good. Let me ask you a question. I saw something on you, and actually I looked at it and I thought maybe I was reading something else. It said that you took a 3-day course or something in bull riding.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought, folks, here's a guy as good looking as he is. He's taking, and I thought, I hope you got insurance.
Yep.
Because you're putting yourself in danger possibly. What was that like, bull riding?
Yeah, so.
I'm surprised you would do that.
Yeah, so I guess it all began as I went to the world's toughest rodeo. They have it at St. Paul Energy Center every year, and so I took my little cousin, I went with my dad, and it just really inspired me. I thought, wow, that guy can do it, I gotta try it. And yeah, and so then I looked online, did a little research, find the best school, the best teacher. So it was in Oklahoma, Terry Don West. He's a legend in the bull riding sport. He's rode Bodacious 2 times, just a giant, massive bull. And so I thought I gotta learn from this guy. So signed up, did my check. About a month later, drove to Oklahoma, did my 3-day course, and it was awesome.
What is that like, riding a bull?
It's intense. So I've done skydiving, wakeboarding, skiing, all this other stuff I've done. And nothing compares to bull riding. When it's just you on an animal with your hand up, you're cinched in there, you're in the little cage. Your heart it's pounding. You're thinking, I just got to hang on. Don't want to fall off.
How did you do?
So my first ride, I didn't have a helmet either. So yeah, I know I could have got stepped on, whatever. But my first ride, flung off. The bull stepped on my leg.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was painful, and
but you got back on the bull.
Got back on it. Was limping. Had to swing my leg over again. So, but it was worth it. I think I only lasted. My longest ride was only 5 seconds.
Okay.
But it was
3 days of training. How do you train for that? I'm just curious.
So yeah, they start you out on a drop barrel. So that's one of those giant barrels, and you're just kind of getting the motions down, but it doesn't compare to the real thing.
Right.
Basically, those guys down south, they are nuts. They just pick a bull, throw you on, just hang on.
Really?
But then they go over like a video review of how your hand motion's supposed to be, how you're leaning, how your head's supposed to be tilted, this and that.
Sure. Does it help?
It does. It does. You kind of learn from your mistakes, but in the moment, everything kind of goes away.
Right. A little too fast.
Yeah. And me being the only northern boy up there, is an experience.
So they have a lot of people trying that too, taking lessons?
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely a lot of people from Texas, California coming all over just to train there.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's a great experience, definitely. I would encourage everybody, if they want to get their adrenaline kicked, to go try it.
Right. I did probably, how many years ago was that? They used to have those fake ones in restaurants.
Oh,
30 years ago, I think I got one of those once.
Like John Travolta or
Cowboy. That kind of thing. Oh yeah, definitely. So what do you do? Okay, you obviously take very good care of your body, and the folks can tell. But what do you do to keep your mind in shape?
Yeah.
I'm writing a book actually called Fitness of the Mind right now. Might change the title, so that's why I'm not trying to plug my book.
Yeah.
But that's what made me think of that for you. What do you do to keep your mind in shape?
I guess, God first, reading my Bible, doing my due diligence there. I love to read. Like I said, I'm into history. I actually run a Facebook history page called U.S. History on Facebook.
Interesting. How long has that been on?
About a year and a half now.
Okay.
I just started because you see a lot of things about history, but a lot of it's incorrect.
Right.
And so sometimes I might just do like a little couple sentences, or sometimes I might go into like a full-blown giant post. But so that keeps my mind, my mind sharp, always researching different things about history. I love to read history books, especially about the Vietnam War. I don't know, it's always kind of attracted my attention. So
Why?
I just don't know.
It was such an awful war.
Yeah, I guess, just the time period then with, the civil rights movement.
Right.
You got the different kind of cultures clashing, the countercultures.
Right.
And then you have the kind of old, American form from the 50s with the new age culture, the music, of course. So yeah, and then just the whole Vietnam War and everything just kind of hitting at one point. So that's always kind of sparked my attention.
Right, interesting. So it's where do they go to on Facebook again for that?
So yeah, it's just you go on Facebook, type in the search engine, U.S. History. Well, it's called Today in U.S. History, and that's all it is.
Cool. What would you say to somebody? Let's say there's a young man or a young boy that's out there thinking about modeling. What would you say to somebody like that? Are there any risks? Because you always hear these stories of photographers and everybody's trying to abuse people and all these kind of things.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody interested in modeling, and how do they protect themselves, and how do the parents protect a young man?
That's a great question. I say always do your research. Know the photographer. They have a website, a Facebook page. Talk to other people in the business. There's always people out there. Even contact a local agency. See what they have to say. If you have a friend that does headshots, go that route. Try and pick local connections. Always do your research and your due diligence with who you're getting with. See what their professional work is if they contact you. Like the guy that came up to me, he had a website and everything. He was a professional guy. So.
But nowadays with Insta, you can put a page up like that nowadays, and people do.
Yeah. So like I said, if you're nervous, maybe bring somebody with you to the photo shoot. That's always a route you can go. Like I said, if they have a legitimate page, if they have a bunch of nice quality work with a bunch of random people. But yeah, it's kind of hard to weed out who's there and who's not there for you. Right,
who's legit. Are they looking for people in that business right now? I mean, because you work with an agency as well, too.
Yeah, they're always looking to hire new people, young faces, older clients. Because the market in Minnesota, if you just take the Minnesota base, it's so diverse, because you think about health insurance, we have Target, we have Cargill, Best Buy, 3M. Those are giant companies that are always looking to hire different kinds of people with different looks.
Exactly. Well, I'm available.
Yeah, see right here.
I always say that. Every time I have someone, I'm always available. I don't care what it is. It's interesting because you model. I would love to get involved in saying in some group, but everything is about time. You have to have time for all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. This takes time to do.
Yeah.
But this has been a pleasure just to have you come on and talk about the life of a male model, Eric Ruden, right?
Ruden.
Ruden. Yeah. Ruden.
Yeah.
Oh, hit me. I bet he could hit me too because he's taking lessons. He could probably hurt me. So.
Here and there.
Yeah. But it's always nice to hear good stories and have positive people come on. In closing, can you just end with something that might just motivate people, period? Whatever it is that you want to share from your heart, just sharing a little bit about who you are as a person. That'd be great. You got about 90 seconds.
Yeah, so I guess stay true to yourself and follow your dreams. Don't let people put something in your head that might corrupt who you are and what you think about. Always just stay true to yourself. If you have a goal in mind, you have a passion, go for it. Don't hold yourself back. There's so many things in life that we do that we don't even we go through the motions. So if you just keep going to yourself and stay true to yourself, that's how you make it. And just always find connections, meet great people, and just enjoy yourself.
Good word. And then also, Never pronounce this guy's, if you look at his photos, his muscle, don't pronounce this guy's name wrong. He might hit you, see? He probably hit me after the show.
Yeah.
Folks at home, I want to thank you for tuning in to Motivation. It's been my pleasure to have the one and only Eric Ruden on Motivation. Thanks for coming on.
It's been awesome. It's been a great pleasure.
Folks at home, whatever you do, stay fit, stay blessed, and that's right, stay motivated. We're going to see you next time on Motivation.
The things that I talk about, I live every single day of my life. I don't believe in bad days. All of that stuff goes with it. Haven't had a bad day in probably 30 years.
Doesn't matter how much money you have, it's how much health you have. The healthier you are, the more you can do. The longer you can do the things that you want to do. You say you can't do it? You say you're too old? I say you can. You are never too old to improve the quality of your life.
You come home not walking in the house like this. Hello, honey. Hello. How's the day? Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to get along. Because you don't have any energy. But when you take care of yourself, you walk in the house with that energy. Lucy, I'm home. That's the one thing that you cannot buy is good health. You have to earn it. Live life with passion, and remember, stay fit, stay positive. Thank you for your time. Give yourself a round of applause for being here. Honestly. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, I'm the Fitness King, and I'm coming to get you for winning workouts.